TikTok Live. The other TikTok Live.
We're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tarot and Tongues, just opening the energy. Iri Pachamama, Mama Uno, Ompui, 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 Wurka Wairukuna, Ompui, Ompui, Ompui. Inti Taita, Ompui, Ompui, Ompui. Iri Quichi, Quichikuna, Ompui, 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 Yanapakuna, Ompui, 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 Viracocha, Ompui, Ompui, Ompui. So, welcome. And Melissa is behind the cameras, ready to take a list. We're doing little 2-card tarot readings. All you have to do is pick the deck that you want, or 1-card oracle readings. And oracle-wise, I have the animal deck, and there's also this deck that you can't see because it's behind here, this Andean oracle deck, which is really cool. So you can go pick between those two for the oracle readings.
Hey, Sandy.
Yeah. Sorry we're a little bit late. I was running late.
So, how this works, if you would like a card pull or energy clearing, drop your name in the comments. Let us know. We'll start a list. It's going to be kind of a short one today since Hank's was running late. Yeah. And I've got an appointment that I've got to be at. So we're going to go till for about 30 minutes.
Yeah. And we can still do a lot in 30 minutes if you guys just let us know we need your name and the deck. And what I do is I call it your Hatun Uma, your higher self, in. And I blow that energy into the deck. And so the inspiration is what 2 energies are coming up in your life that most need to be known for you to help cultivate your soul journey, your soul path, and that kind of thing. So I'm not doing general readings for specific things like relationship. This is all soul path readings, if you will.
All right. So Amy Gardner would like an energy cleanse. Lee, we need to know which deck you would like.
Okay. With the energy cleanse, we will go with a lot of earth grounding is needed. So just getting centered, connecting with the navel, which in my tradition is the connection to Pachamama, Mother Earth, and knowing and trusting that she has the perfect energy, the perfect milk for you, her child. And we're going to connect with her through the navel, but at the same time, let the energy of her milk come into the left foot, go through your whole body and being, and out the right foot, kind of being this empath dialysis, because it feels like you're an empath on steroids. And I'm going to chant Pachamama 3 times, and with each chant, just allow all the things that are dense, heavy, or stagnant to effortlessly exit your body, exit your being, and go deep into the earth. Pachamama, and just with the last bowl ring here, letting anything that's heavy or stagnant exit and just be filled with the love of Pachamama, that red energy coming into the navel. And I will leave that with you.
You can pick any of the card decks that you see on the table.
Yeah. And there's the Angel Tarot, the Magical Correspondence Tarot, the Grand Lux Tarot, the Runic Tarot. And then Oracle deck-wise, we have the Spirit of the Animal Oracle and the Andean. Where's the other ones?
Ashley would like the Angel Tarot, please.
Angel Tarot. Yeri Hatanoma Ashley. Ompui, ompui, ompui. Just connecting with the spirits of your birthplace, calling the masculine and feminine nature spirits, and they say in this tradition they hold the blueprint for the perfected you, so that you can be re-imprinted with your soul path and easily navigate to your soul destination. And we're going to ask what angels and what tarot energies would be most contributory to that, and it's this card and this card. The first one, we have the Hanged Man. And the angel's name, I'm going to show it there, and I'm going to get the pronunciation wrong, so I apologize in advance, but it's Nel Chael, and it is the Hanged Man, the only God, and it says, desire for knowledge protects from liars, evil spells, and bad spirits. The Hanged Man is, the way that I read from the Kabbalah perspective, is at the very top. It's in Keter, and it represents the divine feminine, because the heart, with the Hanged Man upside down, is over the head. So it's really about getting out of the head, getting into the heart, and allowing yourself, like we have Easter coming up, and that's also a different tradition. Like Easter is the goddess of fertility. It's about putting an end to the old you and really giving yourself this chance, especially with that collective consciousness of the resurrection day, of birthing yourself anew. And the other card to go with that, death. I could have just tied both of those things in together. Put a death to the old and birthing the new. Two major arcana for you. And here's that card. And the angel's name is Mamaya. And the god, the end of the universe. Endings and rebirth influences health and longevity. So this is the time. Maybe between now and then, do a journal. What is it that I really need to let go of? What is it that's holding me back? That if I were to let go of it, that heaviness could be the fertilizer to birth me anew in the grandest expression of who you came to be. And I'll leave that with you.
All right, Chenna with like the magic deck.
The magic corresponds. It's Chenna. Yeri hata no ma Chenna. Thank you all for being here, by the way. I'm here every Thursday at Goddess Elite. I do walk-in readings. I also do them via Zoom. If you wanted to book something, you could go to goddesselite.com. And then I'm available. Is there someone knocking at the door?
I think it's just maintenance people out in the
Maintenance people being all loud. All right, but here's the first card and the second card. And you can also, I'm streaming on my TikTok as well as the stores, and you can go to Sonic Shaman on TikTok if you want to connect with me, or Sonic Shaman 528 on Instagram. We have the 2 coins, and this is the energy of trying to figure things out. The little juggler is there, and when one ball goes up, the sea is high behind him, and it's just like no matter what you do, sometimes it feels as though you just can't come to a place where it makes sense. And this card is really like, no matter what side of the dogma you're in, no matter what side of the polarity you're in, this is good, this is bad, you're in the polarity, you're in the dogma. Like good and evil, in a sense, are 2 sides of the same coin. People can do all bad things and good things happen. Some people can do all good things and bad things happen. It's about really recognizing that it's really, the perspective is what you make of it, and not to try to figure it out here, but really make sense to it as how can every experience nurture and cultivate the soul. And this goes along with that. Queen of Cups is head tripping about the emotions. Emotions are the emotions. Don't try to make sense of them. Like feeling is the language of the soul. And how can I use that energy to kind of push me in the direction I want to go? But it's really time to get out of the head and get into the heart, and also breathe. Because I feel like even now, I'm realizing how important it is to slow down, get out of the head, get into the heart, and start breathing, and recognizing that if you breathe through it, you can live through it. The breath is the first and last gift that you have in this life. So bring it back to center with the breath and get out of the flow, get out of the no and into the flow of the emotions. And I'll leave that with you.
All right. Hello, Barb. Sandy is next, so we're going to go with Spirit Animal deck.
Spirit Animal.
And Barb, if you would like either an energy cleansing or card pulls, just let us know which deck. You can pick from any on the table.
Ooh, that's that one. This has come up so often for me in the last, like there's 3 times in the last week that literally 8 deer on the side of the road crossed, either right before or after me. One time I had a deer crossing sign, which I've never seen. I thought those signs were just for show, but they actually crossed at the sign. But the deer is for love. And the deer says, be gentle with yourself. I mean, we are our own worst critics. And it's like, really give yourself the opportunity to give you the space of grace, because as we are our best critics, we are also the people who need to support us the most. And what's coming through to really mention to you is stop judging past choices based on current data, and trust and know that everybody on the stream, this goes for everyone, at the moment you made a choice, in that moment, whatever the circumstances were, based on the information you had, you made the best choice you could in that moment, even if 1 second later you would have chosen differently. So give yourself the space of grace that you chose what you chose for the reason, to have the contrast for the soul, and hold for yourself the space of grace. And it says, you heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace, which brings us back to the concept of namaste, which is something my teacher Elaine Thomas would say with fellowships a lot, is may the God in me greet the God in thee for the highest good. And that little mantra in every situation will allow you, like the hummingbird, to find the nectar of any flower and use that to power yourself through whatever life throws at you. And I'll leave that with you.
All right, Lee.
Lee.
The angel.
Angel deck. Yari, Lee, humpy, 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 Lee.
But really, you gotta pick your deck. He will not pick for you.
I make you pick the deck. It gives you like a little bit of choice in the scenario, and choice is the main thing that changes. If you don't choose things, you experience very little change. But if you make choices, a lot of change can happen.
Hello, INGR.
This is the first one. The Two of Swords, Aniel. So show the picture so you can freeze it and blow it up later. And that, it says, God, Lord of all virtues, breaking of the circle, life opposing barriers brings victory. And this is for the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is all about going inward. The original picture, one of the original pictures, she has her back towards the ocean, the waters of creation, right? The chaos of what we perceive in this reality. She has her hands over her heart, protected with the two swords, blindfolded. When you go within, the waters of creation can be settled, and you can really navigate through much easier. If you're trying to navigate through the perceptions of the trauma and drama of life, we have a much harder go of it because we get caught up with the distraction instead of getting in touch with that stillness within. And the other one is Page of Swords. And pages are all about actions. It's really about stop thinking about what you need to do and start choosing the actions based on that inner guidance. And when you have those different action points, if you will, those different choice points, you get a lot more data with which you can make better decisions. Because part of it is, it feels as though there is this idea of the destination where you want to go. And you get caught up in the destination instead of the process of the moment. And by going within, it's about cultivating the soil that you have right now for the seeds of your life and what's going to come to fruition versus focusing on the harvest. Get out of the mindset of harvest and what is the process today to cultivate what is needed for my soul path. And I'll leave that with you. Oh, and the second Page of Swords was I'm going to mispronounce it. Haya, the God of Refuge, governs dreams and reveals mysteries hidden from mortals.
Sure, Amanda.
So definitely pay attention to your dreams a little bit in the upcoming days here, especially today since you just got the reading. And I'll leave that with you. What is next?
All right. Michelle would like she would like an energy clearing, and then she's also would like a Grand Lux card.
Okay. So we're actually going to do one card before and one card after the clearing because that's just what I'm going to do. Oh, Grand Lux from the deck. And her name again was?
Michelle.
Michelle. How to know Michelle? Well, that's definitely one of them. And here's the other one. So it's the Queen of Coins and the Two of Wands. And the Queen, what we're working on, because all queens are thoughts, the way I read. All court cards are soul cards. And queens are thoughts. And this is representative of when you're thinking about stuff, is it really what you think about it? Or are you having the point of view you were taught to have? So this clearing is a mental clearing to purge out the panoptic gaze of our loved ones that are echoing in the background. And when we're thinking about it, we're thinking about what mom would think, what dad would think. So clearing out those echoes of who you were taught to be and really letting you have the awareness of what you know about a situation. As we chant Kanchai, not Kanchai, I guess it is Kanchai. Kanchai once and then Yachai 2 times. Bringing in a light from the upper world. Kanchai Hucha Yaksi Yaksi Bui Yaksi Bui. Clearing out all that heaviness and then bringing the refined knowing into the mind. As I chant Yachai twice. Yachai. Ya Chai. And by doing this, the 2 wands, we have 1 wand that is held fast, that is your anchoring point to this reality, and 1 wand that can be moved about and have different positions. And just know that the more grounded you are, the higher you can fly, the higher you're able to go. So allow yourself to have that grounded. It feels like you might like to be a space cadet and not be grounded. It's very important to have that fixed tether. And so you can expand and be able to go out and have a little bit more of a space cadet, we'll say, experience. And I'll leave that with you. That is an elevated understanding of the 2 of Wands. So it's purging out people's projections and teaching you how to think and allowing your own understanding based on your knowings. Not thinking, knowings. Knowing is a higher harmonic of thinking. So you want to really get into that knowing of things and not the thinking of things. So I'll leave that with you.
All right, Barb is next, and she would like the angel deck.
Angel deck. Barb. Iari hatan Barb. Ompui. Very good. Shuffle it here. And again, I'm here every Thursday. If you're local, you can come in, or you can pre-book, and I do Zoom as well. My traditional spread is actually a 10-card spread. It's a tree of life reading, and then based on the cards that come up, we do a tuning fork thing for those energies. And here's one more shuffle. This one. Okay, so we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is Manadel, so you can see the picture. And if you freeze it, like these, well, it might be too small, but like there's a sigil on it for helping to work with the angels and everything. But this is the honorable God, Ten of Pentacles. Inner and outer work helps one keep their job, protects against disasters. And then the Lover's card, Haniel, which is joy and pleasure, brings happiness to couples, removes negative energy. Now, one thing, like the outside matches the inside. So if you're looking around your home or your office and things, and there's like things that aren't really serving a purpose, or there's clutter, or there's just like the one room that you don't go into that's like the stuff room or anything like that, it's really time to look at these things and ask, well, what within me is reflecting this? Because the outside matches the inside. So as you do your inner work, it's also good to beautify the environment. It's a two-way street, and do them together. You know, so if you're doing the inner work, well, where does this express in my home or my office, and like work on the both. And the Lover's card, one is like the importance of having this relationship dynamic where you have like this this great cosmic soul mirror, someone not necessarily romantic that can be close enough to you where you let them see your vulnerability and mirror back to you the things that you most need to work on. Because it feels like there's like a big push to not have people, like there might be people who know you, but there's not many, if any, on that inner circle. And the real illumination of things that we need to work on, if you can't see it on your own, it comes from those partnerships, friendships or otherwise, where you really let someone in and they can be that mirror for you of what you need to work on. So I will leave that with you.
Okay. Beverly is also the angel card deck.
Angel card deck.
Welcome in, Ange. Glad you find us the first time for this. Normally this would be Thursdays at 11.
Or when Hank gets there today. All right, Beverly. Angel deck is very popular each week, I think. And I do believe Melissa has these decks for sale at the store. Do you still have Angel Tarot? I think you have one. Or you had one last week.
Yeah, and if we don't, they'll be back in stock.
It's a really cool deck, and in the book it also gives you like how to look up based on your month of birth, your time of birth, and all that, like what 3 angels you're assigned at birth to guard your mortality and physical body and stuff like that. So we have first Archangel Michael, the Chariot, which whatever's coming up in your life right now, there might be a hard time of building up momentum to push through it. And the Chariot is like the strength where you just got to stay the course and start choosing. Get even a little bit of direction, a little bit of choice, at least starts the momentum. Because if you're in a boat all of a sudden there's an iceberg coming up, you can turn that boat a lot easier if you already have a little bit of momentum versus you're just dead in the water and all of a sudden this thing's coming towards you and you got to put forth a lot more effort then. So like do the effort now to start the momentum, and that way as things come up you can navigate the sea of creation a little bit more eloquently. And this one says, who is like God? Perseverance, success, and conflict, overcoming adversity. And the other one is Ace of Cups, which is the divine feminine. Like this is really like use like right now that is the perfect time. Like what you're feeling, like if you have a pull to do something, that is the soul nudging you. It's giving you like the theme. Like in all soul paths, they're themes. It's not one specific thing. It might be to feed people, and you could do that by being a homemaker and making food for your family, having a hot dog cart stand, or opening a soup kitchen in every city in the country, right? There's different octaves of expression. But the theme for you is there right now, being inspired. So take that theme and start making choices to then find out what feels the funnest, what's the highest octave of the expression of the theme of the soul that I can get to. And this one reads, it's Nithiel, and it's God, the King of Heaven. Rejuvenation obtains the mercy of God and gives long life. So the real trick for you is if you can walk the theme of the soul, there's going to be a lot of longevity for you to bring that theme to your fellow travelers. And I'll leave that with you.
All right. So our last two, because it's already 11:45.
Holy smokes.
Amanda,
Amanda.
like a angel card pool,
Okay.
and Rosie after, also angel card.
Yeti. And then afterwards, we'll do one quick energy thing for everyone. And even if these readings aren't for you specifically, there's medicine in every message for everyone. So take what you can and leave the rest. Angela, right? Yeti. Angela.
Amanda.
Amanda. At least I got the A. Amanda. Oh, we have to go, Amanda. This is one. Queen of Cups, and actually I think it's going to be 3 because it's supposed to be. Okay, so this is, there's a lot of head tripping and emotional feeling about self-worth with receiving. 4 Cups is all about receiving. Like Spirit is giving a lot of handoffs to you, and it feels as though it's like ordering the pizza and the delivery guy comes and rings the doorbell to give you your pizza and you don't open the door. So like there's a lot of manifestation occurring from your energy and from the emotions you're putting out and what you're dictating to the universe. But when it comes to the receiving part, it falls flat. And part of that is just out of fear of receiving out of obligation. But like true giving and true kindness to you comes without obligation. And if someone's obligating you to reciprocate on their terms, it's not true kindness. So to be to the point where you can receive but not feel obligated to reciprocate on somebody else's terms, you are kind when it's time for you to be kind. But the other thing is 3 of Swords, and this is the work card for you. The 3 of Swords, there's 3 swords going through a heart, and it represents congruency. And there's a resistance for you to actually receive and walk your path, because you know that if you start walking your path, there's a lot of things in your life that are not very serving of you. And as you come into congruency, those things naturally fall away, and it might be hard for you to let go of some of the things that are working for you but don't serve you. So it's really time to start the congruency and walk that path. So we have the 3 of Swords, which is Rael, which is the quickly forgiven God. Love and submission cures illness, influences paternal love, gives long life. Then the other one was Alalia, butchering these, that's the Queen of Cups one. God of the Redeemer, redemption serves against enemies of religion, governs chastity. So there's that one. And the last, the 4 of Cups, Mel Ayel, the God deflecting evil, healing capacity, protection from weapons, safety and travel. And I'm inspired to give you an acronym for the word heal, which is helping everyone appreciate life. Some of us aren't healers with tuning forks and readings and things, but some of us have the gift of just sharing our personal experience to brighten someone's day. And so helping everyone appreciate life, or helping everyone, yeah, that's right. Helping everyone appreciate life. And you can do that by bringing hope, which is help one person every day. And I'll leave that with you.
All right. And last for today is Rosie.
Rosie.
And she is also angel.
Angel, the star of this show today. Yari, Rosie. stand for just a quick energy clearing at the end. First one for Rosie. The Fool. Huya, and it's the exalting God. Will and new beginnings assist with difficulties and undertakings. And the Fool, all the magic lies within. You have no rhyme or reason to your choices, but things just seem to work out. But there's a lot of judgment, like the dog that's typically snipping at the fool as he's about to walk off the cliff. It's society like judging like the fool's like ease and grace of choice. And it's like you'll really start to hit your stride when you recognize that you don't have to understand what you know you need to do. When you let go of the need to know, you'll be in the flow and things just will just start unfolding. And so it's really important to step away from the criticisms of society about you can't do that, that's impossible, that type of thing. There's a lot of limitations of that. But you're someone that really loves to share, it feels like. So like a saying for you would be, what is the thing I'm trying to say? Oh, just for me, just for fun, never tell anyone. And really before you share one of your inspirations and the things that you want to do, ask, will me telling this person be a contribution to what I'm choosing, or is it going to be a hindrance? And start to only share with people that are going to add to the thing that you're looking to create. Seven of Cups, Asaya, is the judge, the God, the last judge, and contemplation makes the truth known in legal proceedings, is like the angel writing on it. But the Seven of Cups is all about use like the goals or a vision board. Like say you had some things on a vision board, recognizing all those as preferences and then adding the idea that this or greater, because each one of the things that you make a target, all of those things are also limitations. So you want to have it as your initial target to set the motion, the inertia in motion to going to where you want to go in life, but then letting go of the actual outcome that you use to start the inertia, because it's the difference between actualization and manifestation. Actualization is that something shows up. Manifestation is how something shows up. We use the hows as preference to start the motion of what direction are we going, but then let go of the outcome. Let go of the outcome, and then that's when the magic's going to really unfold, because you're no longer squeezing the sponge of something having to be a certain way. And I will leave you with that. And thank you all for being here, just letting us get centered as I chant Kanchai one time and thanking the spirits and closing out the energy. Until next Thursday when I will be on time and we'll do this for an hour. Kanchai. And be sure if you're following on my page, go over to Goddess Sleep, follow her on Instagram and TikTok as well. If you're on Goddess Sleep, come over to TikTok. I'm Sonic Shaman. On TikTok, Sonic Shaman 528. On Instagram if you want to follow me there. Melissa, any final thing from you?
Nope. Just need to wrap it up.
Yep, we're wrapped up now.
Okay.
Bye.